That was on. Yeah, I was waiting on this one. I was waiting to drink up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, we'll jump right into it.
All right, hey, shalom. All right, we brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta, here visiting the Charlotte brothers. But before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, all right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Also, peace, safety, and much love to the elect.
That's right.
As you can see, this stream, we're going to be going to how America's on life support. And pretty much America's dead. Okay, this place is dead. You know, the fabric, you know, the moral fabric of America is pretty much depleted. Okay, well, artificial intelligence has pretty much ruined or infiltrated this society where you no longer little children outside playing and dealing with the elements, you know, playing football or basketball or climbing trees or you know, any other things that children's age. Okay, you don't see it anymore. Also, you know, as far as family order, family structure, okay, with the woman being in subjection, a woman wearing dresses, and she's the one that's managing, you know, the cleanliness of the household and cooking and preparing the meals for the children. And, you know, that whole spirit that was back in the old good times of America is no longer here. Okay, well, now you have it's being inundated with transvestites and transgenders. Okay, homosexuality and opinions, and artificial intelligence has pretty much ruined this place. Now it's dead. Okay, now you know you can't really have a fluent conversation with people anymore. They socially awkward as hell.
Yep.
And try to talk to people they can't look in your eye. Yep. Little kids can, you know, they can barely hold a conversation. They answer you 1-2 words. Yep. You know, you try to engage and have, you know, and their spirit is totally sucked into an artificial reality, showing you that the spirit of this place is dead. It's on life support. Right. The only thing that's keeping America afloat is deception. Yeah. Okay. The last few lies that's still holding these people down, and I'm here to say that, hey, the Lord getting ready to come with that crushing blow and totally wipe this place off the map, man. So we're gonna start with Revelation 18-22. We read through to 23.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 22. Mm-hmm. And it reads, "And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee."
That's right. Now, when you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, it's speaking about that great city, Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. That's that great city that it's speaking about. Okay, now it says the voice of what, brother?
The voice of harpers and musicians.
That's right.
And the pipers.
Yes, because when you go back into the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, that's when a lot of American musicians, okay, you had a lot of primary actors, top actors, okay, so on and so forth. They were like cream of the crop, man. We had Michael Jackson, you know, Madonna. Name some more of those from like the 80s and the 90s era. Prince.
You even went into the Hammer area but that was still, you know, kind of, you know, a new form, popular thing going on.
Yep.
Yep.
Early 90s, that was like golden era hip hop.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Hip hop.
NWA.
Yeah. You know, you had the whole you know, Tupac, Biggie.
Yep.
Yeah. You had top comedians. Okay.
Yeah,
you had different sports.
Yeah.
Okay, so that whole vibe in that era, it was heightened. Okay, you had Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael Jackson. All right, so that whole voice that is being brought low, the harpers, the musicians. Now you're seeing that people just artificially make beats off of computer. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, "And the voice of harpers and musicians and the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all."
And really, technically, that's going into that gladness, that happiness, those happy times here in America. Okay, where people go and they get high and go to concerts and you know, blast music and just in that spirit of mirth. The Lord getting ready to clean that up, man. Okay, the Lord is about to go ahead and pull the plug on America. Okay, he's about to go ahead and fully detach America from any moral dignity, man, because it has none left. Little traces here and there. The only form of life that you're gonna find here in America is through the brotherhood, man. The elect, the sincere brothers, man, and the few sincere sisters. That's the only form of life that you're gonna find. Traces of life that you'll find here still, dwindling in America, man. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Right. Should be heard no more at all envy, and no craftsman of whatever craft he be shall be found any more envy.
That's right. Going into the industrial phases of America.
Yep.
Okay, these different manufacturing companies like GM, Walmart, Toys R Us, these Walmarts that shut down either earlier this year or last year.
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, Best Buy, Toys R Us.
Yep.
They closed about 4 to 5 grocery stores down in Atlanta that's in about 5-minute proximity to where all the brothers live. They pretty much shutting down every grocery store around there, where now you gotta travel a good ways to get to a grocery store now. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It's Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So just like the scripture said, I'm gonna read it one more time, Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, all right, which that's symbolic to America, man. Right. All right, because there is no work in America, man. There is no jobs being created, all right, as these politicians are lying to you, that they portraying in the media, such and such many thousand jobs have been created, man. Look, Americans are broke, man, all right?
That's right.
People don't have, and another reason, just to land back on what the elder was bringing out, all right, a lot of the main reason why people are, or the mirth of this land is gone, is because people don't have the money, man. That's right. When it comes to these holidays, so we're in the transition of fall now, right? So what you got, so-called Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas, New Year's, all those bullshit ass pagan holidays, which people spend a lot of money on, man. But as each year goes by and these events come up, it's like the morale is gone, man. We're out there on the streets, different brothers that's teaching on the highways and byways across the states. When it comes to these certain holidays and events, them shits be dry, man. Yeah. But that's all contributing what the brother was going into about how the mirth of this place is gone, man.
That's right.
Shit, all the money that's being spent for these holidays, buying gifts or whatnot, people don't have it no more, man. Yeah. And relating to Esau can no longer afford the lifestyle, man. You see what I'm saying? He's in excessive debt, man. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He has credit card debt out the roof. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's foreclosing on homes and going broke and shit.
That's right.
So that's just showing that this place is being played, man.
That's right. We can go back to that Revelation 18, and then we
I had something right after that.
All right.
Go right with the 2 points too.
Come.
There shall no more at all envy. So I can start from the top. Revelation 18 and 22. And the voice of harpers and musicians and the pipers and trumpeters shall be no more at all envy, and no craftsman of whatever craft he be shall be found any more envy.
Yeah, because the economy is going to crash. To you that's outside of the know. The American dollar is going to crash. Right now, as we speak, we have plenty of countries that's de-dollarizing. Mm-hmm. America being one of the countries that's de-dollarizing. That's why you see EMV machines at these stores, man, where EMV stands for EuroPay, MasterCard, and Visa. And those machines where they actually stick your card in, do you have the chip? Now you're being conditioned to where you're not even used to seeing those old just swipe machines. Right. Now all the machines that you use to purchase, you're getting used to that swipe. Sure. It's becoming the norm. Yeah. Where you put damn, know how to slide on it.
And they ask you, do you got the chip?
Yeah, they actually you got the chip. Mm-hmm. That's a phrase that they ask you. Right. Okay, so all of this thing is being altered. The dollar is going to crumble. It's going to cause a lot of these top manufacturers to shut down and restructure the infrastructure of their companies, where they're going to have to brand their company around RFID technology, man. Okay, so this whole place is shutting down. It's on life support.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
And it says, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all envy.
That's right, meaning there ain't going to be no work out here. Okay, it's only going to be a select few people that's going to have work, and they're going to work for the actual new system that they create. Okay, and everybody else that comes up and they want work, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to be attached to that system. Okay, you're not going to be able to have independent business owners no more. You know, you're not, or IBOs, you ain't going to be able to have IBOs. You're not going to be able to have contractors. Okay, where you could just go in and do an oil change for $20 to $25, and you can go around and you can cut somebody's grass for $50. No, everything that you do, you're going to have to go through that system in order to get your transaction solidified. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
Yeah, meaning that understanding. Okay, a lot of people out here are going to be living in a state of oblivion. Yeah. Okay, not knowing what the hell is going on. Yeah. Why is this happening? This is supposed to be America the Great. This is democracy, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Okay, these are the times that we're going in, and we're seeing now as we get closer and closer to that day that artificial intelligence has pretty much ruined the whole spirit that America used to have. Man. It's pretty much sucked it into virtual reality, where you don't see people standing outside having conversations face to face through the spirit. They FaceTime, they on Skype, they on Vimeo, you know when they listen to music, it ain't necessarily a record. You know, it's coming through, through a download button on your phone. Okay, the whole spirit, where live bands and live music, raw singers is no longer. Everything is being done through digital, through a digital medium. Yeah. Where you record and then you burn it onto a CD and then you listen to it. Yeah. Back in the day, it was just live music, straight from the spirit. This whole spirit is being sucked into a virtual reality, and that virtual is artificial. Right. And that virtual reality is going to transform into that chip. Yeah. That's what the spirit of America is going to be right in that chip. Man. Yeah, that's why a lot of you guys going to take it, man. That's right. Bro. And I'm going to pass it to y'all brothers.
It says, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
That's right. So by the sorcery, and now if you know anything about these phones and these computer devices and these things like these video games, it's nothing but sorcery, man. Yeah. Cartoons and things like that. It's all sorcery. Okay, that they're using to deceive all the people. That's why you see Chinese people, they all into iPhones, iPads, technology. They just a real technology-based country, all right? Yep. And that's how they deceiving people. They just basically centralizing everything into virtual reality or artificial intelligence. Even your transactions is artificial. You don't even have a tangible resource to give to somebody. The only thing you got is a card.
Yeah. If I could say, me and the brothers just talking the other day. Brothers really ain't even using cash like that no more, man. Because you got the cash out, you can transfer money through bank accounts. So I'm pretty sure the majority of the brothers, really ain't even got a dollar in their wallet right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yeah. But that was it on that. That was it. You got it right, sir.
Just land back.
If you want me to get it, I'll get it for you.
Okay, yeah. You can please ask 12. Brothers going to basically how the very that's the very basically the very mirth of America is on a rapid decline, man. And brothers going to also about these businesses and stuff shutting down, man. You go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 12:3. And that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Right, the grinders cease because they are few. All right, going into the so-called job market, man. That crash. Go ahead.
And those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, going into the businesses being boarded up. Had out of business, a sign on the front, foreclosed homes. Yeah, foreclosed homes, all of that, man. Because at one time, this country was flourishing, man.
That's right.
Business was flourishing. It was, you know, I mentioned before about the '90s. You know, Jake was living it up. Esau is now is spirit is going, man.
That's right.
You know, basically America is closing up shop, man.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, all the doors of music shall be brought low, man. And that's going into the mirth. All right, I read in was that Revelation 18? Just read 18 about the trumpets and the harps and all that.
God.
You know, basically music is associated with mirth. You know, being in a joyful spirit.
God.
You know, so the fact that what the scriptures say they're gonna be brought low, meaning what? It's gonna be a time of mourning, man. All right, I think we jump to Ecclesiastes 7. All right, it says what? It's better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of mirth. All right, and America is in that mirthful spirit, man. But it's about to be switched very soon, man. You know, but that was it.
This is Isaiah 24:11. Matter of fact, I'll start at 10. The city of confusion is broken down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the harp ceaseth.
Right, so like the brother was going into, man. Music is tied into mirth. Really folly in this land.
Yeah.
You know? But as the scriptures say, all of that's about to cease, man. And we're seeing the decline of this place slowly but surely happen, man. You know? Everything is dying. The spirit of America, the spirit of this land is dying, man. Okay?
That's right.
God. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
You see? Which is the troubling times is approaching America, man. All right? It ain't going to be none of this, that whole, what's the word for partying? According to the scriptures, rioting, reveling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All that's about to be done away with because that's pushed here, man.
Yeah.
Here it is. We're in the midst of an economic crisis. World War III is on the horizon. It's basically in our face, and niggas still out here partying, living it up, YOLO. Wild shit, man.
Yeah. It says the strong drink shall be bitter. So it's like, that drink. You're gonna drink, but your problem's still gonna be right there.
That's right.
It ain't gonna do shit for you.
Can't escape it.
Yep. Verse 10: the city of confusion is broken down; every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Right. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Where is that? That's America, man. Yep. All right. Babylon in the Hebrew, Babal, man. All right. Confusion. It said the city of confusion is broken down. That's this place, man. This place is being broken down on all levels, economically, the morals, the status of the people. You see what I'm saying? Everything, man. The infrastructure. Everybody's sick, obese, tired. Lethargic. That's why the scripture says when the wicked bear rule, the people are mourning. Go ahead, bro. You can get that real quick.
Proverbs 29. It says, when the righteous are in the authority, the people rejoice.
That's how we know that the righteous are not in authority right now. Because it said that the people will be rejoicing, man. The whole abominable foods are delicacies now. So it's messing up the balance in the ocean, on the land. animals that are supposed to eat the garbage, keep the ecosystem clean, they're being eaten, man. So it's just throwing off the balance chain, man. But that's because the wicked is ruling, man. You see cancer at an all-time high, GMO foods, man. That's why everybody's sick. And we be at camp, man. You don't know how many people concerning our people, obese, sick looking, all types of demons on them. Why? Because the wicked is ruling, bro.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah,
Read on. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Start 10.
Yeah, start 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
They said that every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Going back to what the brother was saying about businesses, man. All these businesses being closed down, businesses being shipped overseas, the lack of job, the lack of resources.
Yeah.
All right, you have something called inflation. Yeah. That's why your daily necessities, things that you need to live in this society is going to be expensive.
Outsourcing jobs.
Yeah. You see, can I get a precept? Just jump in there real quick, just to land back on that point. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 13. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 13. It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." All right, and that's going into this economy, man. That bubble is going to burst, man. Me and his brother Sagalot, we were sharing information about just some facts that Ron Paul had brought out concerning the economy, man. And 52% of the American population, all right, makes less than $30,000 a year. When we was out there in San Francisco, the elder Yakal was saying that $100,000 out in San Francisco is low income.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just letting you know that this place is through, man. But so I'm gonna read it one more time. It says Isaiah 30 and 13. "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant," man. So when this place crashes, it's gonna be instant, man. You see how the Dow is doing right now, the stock market. You see that shit has been plummeting, man.
It ain't gonna take much.
It ain't gonna take much, man.
It's just like pulling a plug. It don't take much to pull a plug.
And at least have the power to do that. They can just push a damn button and all society be going tomorrow.
And that's it.
You see what I'm saying? But people don't understand how close this is, man. Go ahead, this is Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 34. It says, "Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate." And that it ain't gonna be no happily ever after marriages and parties. Okay, it ain't gonna be no celebratory affairs, man. All right, what they call them now? They got the new shit out. Yeah, family. Just tell the nigga what the baby is. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake get together for father, hitting balloons and just to reveal if it's a boy, but just tell the nigga.
Right.
Jake loves vanity. That's why the Lord said that He's gonna take away the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness. The Lord getting tired of all your chuckles, man. Okay, the Lord's getting tired of all your shits and giggles. Okay, all this laughing, laughing emojis with the crying tears. Okay, you always laughing about something. And when you should be funny. Especially to you niggas that's without.
That's right.
Okay. And the Lord is gonna take that whole spirit away. And America's on his deathbed. Okay? America's on his deathbed. Uncle Sam is on his deathbed. And his blood is gonna be pulled, man.
I got time too. Well, if I can say, if I can add on to that brother's point, because that precept is mainly talking about Israel, because it said Judah. It also mentioned Jerusalem, which of course we know that's the people before it's the place.
That's right.
What was that? Jeremiah 30.
I'll read it again.
Yeah, because when you read it one more time.
Jeremiah 7 and 34. "Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate."
Yeah, so that's Israel. That's Israel. Just like the brother said, Israel has had a ball in America. They've had so much fun. But the Lord has the perfect thing for y'all, which is Jacob's trouble.
That's right.
You got it, right?
Yeah, I had something. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, as you can see on the screen, we'll show in a minute.
Yeah.
That's symbolic of what's happening to America right now. You got the elite, okay, which are, you know, they're trying to revive it. You know, they're trying to revive the post, you know, through the people. You know, but these people, man, they ain't having it, man. Okay, America's on life support. They're trying to bring the life back to America through this new world order, but it ain't gonna happen. Okay, it ain't gonna happen, man. Okay,
Sam is hurt.
He's hurt. You know, you got to watch it.
Can I add something real quick? Because you made a point. You said, you know, that the plug could be pulled, so to speak, at any moment, man. You know, it's going to take these people by surprise. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety," because why? Right now, you know, America, they basically, you know, the government, so-called politicians, they always, you know, throwing out fake numbers. Oh, the economy is growing. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, things are getting better. You know, we're going to make America great again. Right. Little snapbacks and all of that. You know, everybody's so-called having hope in America, right? It says, verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." Man. And that's going into that like you talked about, said that plug being pulled, man.
Exactly.
You know, which is going to the economy, like brother said, about the breach rate and fall, and it's also going to that ultimate destruction, man, which that thermonuclear fire.
Right.
All right. It says, reading on, it says, as travail upon a woman with child, all right, going to those birth pains, you know, up until the point of what that baby is delivered, man. You know, and that baby won't come in the form of a missile, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's your that's your reward.
Yeah.
Your reward, blessing. Your reward for carrying. For carrying the baby for 9 months. Yeah. All right, and feeding it and whatever you put into your reward that you bring forth is what is the child. Right. So what's going to be America's reward? That he's going to bring forth destruction.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
America's going to bring forth its destruction because it's been feeding nothing but lies and deception to these people.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
when you think about it, it's fitting because, you know, Esau is the man of sin.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's the son of perdition. So it's only fitting that, you know, that will bring forth that.
Right. Oh, yeah. Because that's heavy. It says he's the son of destruction. He's only going to bring forth destruction.
That's it.
No, you're only going to bring forth the seed that's within you.
Like father, like son.
Like father, like exactly. Like father, like son. That's going to be oh man, that's heavy.
You know? If I can say, going back to that peace and safety, you know, like this brother Charles said, that's going into lies. You know, because if you listen to Trump, you know, and these different people in the media and on CNN, you know, they talk about how, you know, the economy's booming and it's, you know, going to be revived or it's going to bounce back. But if you look at these professional financial experts, right? They're telling you what's going on. They're giving you the straight skinny, man. Nah, you know, hey, this thing is done. Yeah. Listen to these financial experts, man. They already know.
That's right.
You know, so we ain't buying into that bullshit Trump is saying or whoever's saying the economy is good because it's bullshit.
That's right.
Hey, just to add on to what the brother's going into about that, man. You know, top investors, man. You know, we watched the X22 report. You know, Ron Paul, other Edomites, Jim Rogers. You know, all these whistleblowers, these like you said, these top investors and whatnot, that's telling them to get rid of the dollar. You basically invest in gold and silver. You know what I'm saying? Get all your money out the banks. You know, because all these investors around the world have realized that, look, the petrodollar is done, man, all right? Things are going to get worse from here. And that's basically been the vibration being pushed, man, for the ones that are in the so-called no. You see what I'm saying? So this is it, man. You know, there's no turning back, man. This shit is about to go. As I was bringing out the statistics that Ron Paul was bringing out, 52% of Americans make $30,000 a year, while 50% of Americans are at least a one government-assisted program each month. So remember, there's like 300 plus million people in America. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They said half. Man. So when they fully shut this shit down, half of America is done, man. Yeah. So when we read these scriptures about the anarchy and chaos that's on the way, martial law,
destruction in the streets. That's because that's going to be the result of that shit.
Yeah.
See,
I got something real quick. A quick article. Which, if you know anything about investors and primary investors in America, you know anything. You know a guy go by the name of Jim Rogers, who's also a legendary investor. He knows numbers and he knows the economy. So I just want to read a few words that he spoke. It says this is from fairobserver.com. Okay, and it says economy will crash. Famous investor Jim Rogers described the impending doom of the Western economy. He says the Fed will try, but it won't work. Interviewed by Business Insider Henry Blodgett, American investor Jim Rogers offers us a dire vision of the future, forecasting a crash worse than that of 2007, 2008, and more worryingly, the failure of governments to bail out the faltering parties. Many analysts have been painting to the likelihood of a new crash, but Rogers seems convinced it's going to happen by 2019 at the latest. And he sees it as a dwarfing. He said, and he sees it as dwarfing the Great Recession of 2008. Okay, now this is something that I just read a little bit that he said. The reporter asked, he said, "How big a crash could we be looking at?" So Rogers replied, he said, it's going to be the worst in your lifetime. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to get.
But see, that's the point. And adding on to that, man, that's why Ron Paul was going to this thing called the economic martial law.
Yep.
Because there's going to be regulation on money first. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be to the point where they're going to tell you, like they did in Greece, when they're only able to get about $40, $60 out the bank.
That's the whole Trump.
Ration the money.
Trump chopping down the food stamps.
You see, so that's what's coming, man. So they're going to regulate the money on how much you can spend, where you can put it, any investments, all right, any HRAs.
They can seize those.
Yep, savings accounts, they can seize those. They can totally eliminate that. Right? So if you got money in the bank, if you got $100,000, you got $10 million, no matter, all that shit can seize.
That's why he digitized everything. He has more control over it.
Yes.
He can control your resources from a fucking desk in the middle of fucking Boise, Idaho.
And delete it. Yeah. And that's on the way.
That's it.
So if somebody that got 5, 6 kids in the crib and and they can't feed their kids, what you think's gonna happen?
Yeah. There's gonna be a fallout.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here in America is they've digitized everything into systematic trading. Okay, where there's really no such thing as hand-to-hand transactions. Okay, everything is systematically traded through data entry. Okay, so then when they collapse everything, all they're gonna do is just bring a system out of that digital system, to supply the new way of life. Like the brother said, then that it's going to be so strict. Okay, it's going to have so many regulations and stipulations and do's and don'ts and clauses and things of that nature. Well, it's just going to be slavery. This is going to amount to slavery. Like, I don't even have no control. I don't have no resources. I don't have control over my income. I don't have control over anything. Everything is monitored from a desk. And that's when you're gonna really see what America been doing to you the whole time. Getting you wrapped up in Instagram and Facebook. Okay? Because they digitize
It's digital oppression.
That's
basically
Digital oppression.
Yep.
Actually, I got Revelation 13:16 real quick, since we're going into it. I'll start 15. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Yeah, which the image of the beast is the way of this American system. Okay, these American ideas, these American values, American cultures. That's the image of the beast. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, meaning you won't bow to the way of the system that's coming. Okay, you won't get with the program, so to speak. Meaning take that chip. Okay, if you take the chip, that's it. You fully attach yourself to the system of the beast, which the beast represents NATO, which is an alliance based system. Okay, America is not going to just be the only country that has the chip. Okay, all the American allies gonna implement the microchip. It's the mark of the beast. That's right. Which the beast is NATO. America is the whore on the beast. Okay, so America's going to implement it, and also the allies of America is also going to implement it because it's the mark of the beast. That's why when you go to American allied countries, you will see RFID technology being systematically set up around whatever country it is. Whether it's Great Britain, they got the NFC, near field communication system. All right, certain parts of Turkey, so all throughout Europe, they got RFID technology. So if you don't get down with the image of the beast, which is the culture, the ideas, and the values, then you're gonna be put to death.
A lot of the allies countries, they accept the American dollar too. If you go there, they'll actually take American money.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and he calls it all both small and great.
So stop right there, because I want to pinpoint something in there. That word "cause it." Okay, because when you read these scriptures, you got to go into these scriptures.
Right.
Okay. Now it says causeth. Okay. Now I'm gonna get that word causeth in the blue letter. Okay. It says poieo. Let me just make sure he said this.
4160. Poieo.
Yeah.
Poieo.
Right. Now the word is poieo, and it says to make with the names of things made, to produce, construct, form, fashion. To be the authors of, to make ready, prepare, produce, bear, shoot forth, to make a thing out of something. Okay? So they're going to make a device out of what? Out of this digital system. The system is already in place. Now they're going to bring something forth out of this system that's going to monitor everybody in this system. Okay? And that's what that word "causeth" means. Okay? So we know that it's not talking about an embargo. We know it can't be talking about Christianity. Because you have a choice of whether you want to be a Christian or not. Right. Esau ain't forcing Christianity on you right now. You can be whatever you want to be. So what is this thing that he's going to cause, that he's going to produce, construct, bring forth? It's the RFID microchip. Okay? It's going to be forced. It's going to be mandated. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
That's right. And in order for that new system to come about, Esau had to do what? Strategically kill the old one. That's why you see in the spirit of these people is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see family reunions and barbecues and people outside having conversations as neighbors. Okay, you don't see that old spirit that America used to have, where you had block parties and barbecues and candy ladies and it was a more of a vibrant spirit. Okay, it was more of a vibrant spirit, decades ago. Now it's just stale, just dead. Like the apostle said, you go to New York City, it's dead. It ain't like it used to be. You go to even the city of Atlanta, it's dead, man. Yeah, you go to certain parts of Atlanta, like back in like the late '90s, early '90s, early 2000s. It used to be live, man. It used to be jumping. It used to be constant. People. It was a vibration out there. Now you go down there, it's just dead. It's still no spirit, no culture. You look at sports. You look at sports, it's whack.
Yep.
Movies is lame. The expectations far exceed the movie.
Yep.
The whole spirit of it is gone. Why is that? Because they have to bring forth a new thing out of this system. So they had to kill the old one. And that's why you see it in the people. Oh, they destroying America. But the TV is off.
I just get the last one.
The new black. Ain't nobody.
What's the show with the fucking nerds on there? That's all popular.
Stranger Things.
No, it's the other one, the little geek show, man. I forgot the name.
It's a cartoon show?
No, it's like a little show.
Sitcom.
Yeah, a little sitcom. Shit dry as hell.
Oh,
Third Rock from the Sun. No, not that.
I know what I'm talking about. Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That
70 show.
Yeah.
But you go back into the 90s, you had Family Matters, Smith, Marty. It's a different world.
Yeah.
These are all classic shows.
Yeah.
And I'll go back. What goes?
Probably something you about to say. Go ahead.
What goes to show you still on TV?
Yeah.
Yep.
The shit's still on TV.
Fresh Prince, and y'all keep replaying all that.
Yeah. But then what are they trying to do? always talk about these reboots.
Yep.
But they talking about bringing Martin back.
Right.
So they're talking about bringing
Yeah.
back Fresh Martin. Like all these old shows from the 90s, they're talking about you're gonna do a reboot. Why? Because they ain't shit on TV, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything is dry.
I got a piece of man Yashwama comment. Shalom. This is Isaiah 24:11. It says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone."
Yep. Mirth of the land is gone, man. And then, like we said, man, Esau got faggots all on TV now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch what your children watching now.
Yep.
Because hey, I saw something on PBS how they had like a little kiddie song that they was playing, and it talked about how in one household that child had 2 dads and another child had 2 moms. Yep. And it was like they said it in the song like it was just normal, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
That's a damn shame.
This place is cool, man. But that mirth, all of that shit, man, it's done.
If I could say too, that's why the scriptures say, "Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in," man. Because we understand that it's all vain, man. At the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're right, brother. And I want to read this because the elder brother Ashiar just made a point. And Elder Yashwamba sent this, but this is from an article. It says, to force gender equality, schools teach boys to paint fingernails and massage each other.
See? That's that bullshit.
That's the death of America. That right there is showing you America this close to being destroyed. The Most High ain't playing them type of games.
Right.
All right? The Most High ain't playing them type of fucking games.
Right.
Esau like to play games with the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They know Esau got the records of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, dude.
So why they coming back with that same blueprint? They trying to play the Most High, man.
Yep.
That's what they doing. They trying to play the Most High. Yep. When you see little bull crap implications of homosexuality being a stamp in the society, you dead.
Yep.
You a dead society moving.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. I got something real quick. Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Hey, so it has to be shortened, man, because otherwise this place will just destroy everyone, man. You know, just like the brother read in the article, you know, basically they're trying to, you know, shove homosexuality and gender neutrality down children's throats who really ultimately aren't even adults and able to, you know, make their own decisions yet for themselves.
Right.
You know, but here it is. Esau is basically pushing down witchcraft down these throats. Hey, these younger generations would be doomed.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the elect.
And why would that be a focus in an arena where it's only supposed to be centered around learning and educating children? Right. Why are you worried about sexual orientation? Why are you pushing sexual orientation on children? If that's the case, you need to allow relationships between children, man.
Right.
You know, children should be in full-fledged relationships according to that way of thinking, man.
Yeah.
But you only want to focus in on homosexuality. What about heterosexuality?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, unequal balance within a society, man. Yeah. And that shouldn't be a thing that you should even be talking to about children, man. Yep. They can't reproduce.
Right. Yep.
What are you talking about sexual orientation to a group of beings that can't reproduce?
Right.
It's because you vehemently trying your best to go against the ways of the Heavenly Father.
That's it.
That's all it is.
If I can add to what you're saying, just briefly, everything the brothers is going into really is getting into the wine. It's the wine.
That wine.
And I got a script we'll go into here in Jeremiah 51, get into the wine and how this place can't be healed. Yep. See, the wine that got everybody drunk. Scriptures tell us that you know, America has made Babylon, which is America, the scriptures have made the nations bad because of the wine. And that wine, you know, the brother saying the pushing of homosexuality and transgenderism, you know, women's liberation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you look up certain words like that, these words, it just means giving a woman the liberty to do whatever she want to do. The Most High is completely against that. You know what I'm saying? Going into allowing children to choose their own gender, you know? Pedophilia, you know, just all this stuff. This place is a cesspool and it's got the nations bad. And I was going to go into that, how this place can't be healed because everything the brother's been talking about is going into the fact that Babylon can't be healed. There's no turning this back.
Yeah.
You know, brothers talking about Ron Paul going to the economic side of it, and we're speaking about the moral fabric and the moral fiber. But just on the economic tip, before getting to this, you know, he was speaking and saying, God was asking him, "Hey, what can be done?" He said, "There's nothing that can be done. It just got to burst." And see, really, that's what the whole thing of it is this thing is done, it's finished, and the scriptures tell us it can't be healed. I wanted to get that.
John, you got
to go into that. This is Jeremiah 51. So Babylon ain't gonna be no healing. Babylon ain't gonna be no making America great again. Ain't gonna be none of that. The thrill is gone in Babylon.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thrill is gone away.
That old American spirit, man, is nowhere to be found.
Let's go.
It's not even a trace.
That's right. It's gone. I'm gonna start on. This is Jeremiah. I'm gonna start at 51. I'm gonna start at verse 7. Since Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. That's her philosophies, her lies. That's the lies. That's what got, you know, our people in the condition, got the world in the condition that it's in today. Yeah. It's the lies. It says, drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Literally and figuratively and spiritually. You know, people are out of their mind. The world is out of his mind. Esau's hold and rule on the planet right now. You know, it says, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And we know Babylon cannot, the scripture's telling us emphatically, Babylon will not be healed. It's not gonna happen.
Hey, it's like a bacteria eating disease. Once it consumes majority of it, you got the whole body.
Get rid of the whole thing, the whole river.
Once it gets to a point where it can't be cured, everything else is infected. And this place has been so infected, you know, by the poison of lies and deception and murder and blood and just debauchery and abominable actions. It can't be healed.
That's right.
It can't be healed.
That's right. It can't be healed.
They did too much. You might be doing the most.
That's right.
Upside down, drinking upside down. Who thought about that?
Yeah.
Just sit your ass down somewhere.
That's right.
Nigga doing keg stand. Nigga, just sit down and have a fucking drink, man. Always just doing the most, jumping off cliffs.
The bungee jumping and shit.
Yeah, like every time you turn around, the Edomite is doing some stupid shit, man. And you see, you do stupid shit with your money. You do stupid shit with your food. Yeah. You do stupid shit with your women. You do stupid shit with the animals. You do stupid shit with the education. You do stupid shit with the food.
Yeah.
Just doing stupid. If you want to have fun, you just do stupid shit.
Right.
In the name of science.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that science is the way, science is what is improving this world, but his science is what's fucking up the planet. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
And everything done.
Which is all witchcraft. Yeah.
Not good. Verse 9, Jeremiah 51:9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country. Now, when the scripture's telling us we would have healed her, but she cannot be healed, forsake her, that's what we're doing. That's what the hopeful elect is doing. It's coming back to Yahweh Shah. This is about the elect of the nation of Israel. And forsaking her is coming back to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, coming out of this systematic way of living.
That's right.
By conforming our minds, like it says in Romans.
That's right.
Chapter. So that's how we forsake this hope. Because if we stay attached to her, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be destroyed, because the only way you can cleanse this place, according to scriptures, is by fire.
That's right, bro.
So if you attach to this hope, you're gonna get AIDS. You're gonna be infected with the germs. You gotta
jump the fuck off.
That's right. You know, why you got a chance? You know, that plea is to any of the sincere, you know, people brothers on the fence or whatever, you know, so on and so forth. It's by forsaking. They're coming up out of this, because this place is finished and you can't turn it back. Ain't no turning back the clock. That's the thing. There's no turning back the clock.
I got a script in a quick article just to add on to the edification of this lesson.
Yeah, you got the flow, bro.
Okay, can you read the article for me? I'm gonna read the scripture first. I want you to read the title of that and read the first paragraph. So I'm gonna read the scripture real quick. This is Psalms 107. All right, just adding on to the lesson. Psalms 107 and verse 27. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end. You see? And that's America, man.
Mm-hmm.
America has staggers to and fro like a drunkard through all the philosophies and the bullshit that America's pushed around the world. All right, and it says, and are at their wits' end, man. Because you people, you're at your wits' end, man. You're at the end of your life, man. You don't even know it, man. And just to add on to that, you can read that article out.
This is from zerohedge.com, and it was written by Tyler Durden, Friday, October 5th, 2018, was when the article was published. And the title reads, Shocking new studies find young Americans are overweight, unhealthy, suicidal, and addicted to alcohol and drugs.
Right, and that's the plagues that Yahweh Shem El Shai has brought upon this place. All right, young Americans are overweight, unhealthy, suicidal, and addicted to drugs. That's why you got this whole opioid crisis going on, man. You see, the Lord is putting the curses upon our enemies, man. Starting with you Edomites. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, it's a lot, and you go back to the 40s and 50s, the average young American was what? He was healthy. He had a college education. He had his head on right. He had a wife getting ready to be married. And he was a racist. You know, that's what they used to be. You know.
Read that first paragraph. There's a lot in there.
All right, done. It says, after reading the information contained in this article, you will probably find yourself questioning if America is going to be able to survive for much longer.
You see, so that's in the article, man.
Yeah.
This is what these Edomites they've come to the light, basically. They see that this shit is done. Go ahead, Al.
It says because our young people are a complete and total mess.
That's facts. Keep reading.
Yes, all generations of Americans have had their problems, but this generation appears to be particularly screwed up.
Right, and see, and that's going into what you call Generation Z, the so-called new millennials, man. That's what that's talking about. This weird ass, faggoty, flamboyant generation of kids that's moving around this earth today. Man, that's what it's talking about, man. That's on drugs, suicidal. You know what I'm saying? Don't respect their parents. You know, there's these little demons, man.
You had a nigga from up in Chicago. He killed his mom so he could get her fucking retirement. I mean, her death, life insurance money, man.
Yeah.
Then he turned around and was flexing on Instagram. You know, it says obesity rates are at an all-time high. A third of all American teens have not read a single book within the past year.
Yeah, that's why America is known as being a stupid ass society, man. All the people are dumbed down, overweight, and that's through the poison of the food, air, and the water, man. People don't have no discipline in their diets. They'll eat anything. Esau's made it where people are slaves to their jobs, so people don't have time to actually come home and cook a real meal and balance out, man. Everything is fast. Everything is rushed, man. You don't have time for shit.
I was just stop by Zaxby's and just get it, and then that shit end up fucking up your mind.
Right, come on, man.
You know, it says, and the average high school senior spends 6 hours a day on the internet.
Right, which goes back to what the elder brother was bringing out earlier, how people don't have any social skills anymore, man. People are socially awkward. They don't know how to hold conversations. You know, nobody's intelligent. You know, it's just because the social media, the internet is melting people's brains, basically.
Yeah, it's all about captions or comments. You know, who has the best caption? You know, they could have a full-fledged conversation online, but then when it's time to have an intimate, personal conversation, when you look people in the eye through body language and personal interaction and aura to aura, spirit to spirit, it's just dead. You try to talk to these people out here, they cannot talk.
They lack it.
It's like, God damn. It's like, you try to talk to them, like some of the little kids in my neighborhood back, at home, and my son's friends, I try to talk to them or whatnot, and they just can't fester up a conversation. It's just one or two words. It's like, damn, talk, man.
Short responses and everything. And these people really ain't got no substance to what they talk about anyway. You talk to these people, you're only gonna talk about 3 or 4 things, which is either sports, food, clothing, or fucking cars. You know, that's the only subjects you're gonna get out of these people. You ain't gonna get politics. You're not gonna get history. You're not gonna get nothing intelligent no type of intelligent conversation out of these people.
No spirituality.
No spirituality. You ain't gonna get nothing. You know, you got it.
It's a bad article, man. I'm gonna continue reading. It says, on top of all of that, we are seeing unprecedented levels of suicide, drug overdoses, and liver diseases due to heavy drinking among our young people.
Yeah, see, the society is through, man.
Hey, the young people are done, man. And we see that daily, man, on the weekly, man. Yeah. Going out at camp, we talk about that's one of our favorite subjects, man. Go out at camp, we just look at the people, man. Have you seen niggas lately, man?
Yeah.
Like seriously, have you seen niggas? Like take a good look at niggas, bro. Niggas are done, bro. No hope. Scripture say Isaiah that the whole head is sick, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Done. I'm gonna read some more, man, because this is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, let's start by talking about obesity. At this point, so many of our young people are overweight that military recruiters are having a very difficult time finding enough suitable candidates for military service.
You see, so that's another indicator right there that America is going to get its ass handed to in this war, man. Right. People, the American people are so unfit and obese that they have the military is having all branches of the military are having a hard time recruiting because people are so totally out of shape.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
Even on a lower level too, if I could just add. Like you see the police officers on your day-to-day, man, the police officers are finished, man. You got belly, police officers belly all the way out here.
You got police officers out here getting on foot-to-foot chase, getting smoked by a crackhead. Crackhead can outrun the police.
I seen one video of a police officer just gave up, just stopped running. He just said, "Fuck it, man."
If I could say too, going back to these soldiers, you know, you got a lot of these soldiers too on Snapchat, you know, doing silly shit. You know, meanwhile, you're supposed to be a soldier, you're supposed to have a serious mindset, but you got these soldiers fucking around, man. You know, I know y'all seen that shit, you know, different soldiers joking and playing, you know,
bitches twerking and shit.
Hey, a lot of these college students, they only go there to party. They don't really go there to get an education because their families, their fathers and their mothers, they well off. They ain't worried about money. That's the last thing they grew up with money. All right, so Esau basically destroyed themselves, man. Okay, because they was too excessive, they was too greedy. They didn't show their children how to be survivors. They didn't show their children how to come from the dirt and how to give them wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and they didn't know how to take things away from their children, punish them. You know, they didn't do that. They just spoiled them all the way up to the point now they feel like everything is supposed to be handed over to them. So now they just go to school and they just be alcoholics. They pop pills. They have orgies. They do lewd sexual things. Okay, and they just very irresponsible. Okay, so they can't run a society. They can't. The next generation that's coming up will not run the society. This is it. The last responsible ones is already in fucking office. And they irresponsible.
If I could say real quick, just one more point. You know, they actually did a study that more than half of the college graduates, they go back and live with their parents.
That's common now.
That's the new thing. Here it is. They don't went to school where they're supposed to, you know, actually, you know, and that's the old way of thinking. Our parents, were raised. That was all they knew was go to school, go to college. And then, you know, you get a good career or whatever. Nowadays, you ain't gonna get shit, man. You know, you go to school, go to college. You're supposed to be figuring out what you want to do for the rest of your life, and then all these niggas just go back and live with their parents. You know, they
not there for the after they done partied and bullshit. By the time they get to junior and senior year, they tired of that shit, and they don't want to finish that. They didn't go there to finish college.
And this also plays into the fact of the reality that those jobs ain't there, like the brother said. The jobs ain't there. So, and a lot of people racking up all this, you know, debt, you know, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt for education that they can't even use because the jobs ain't being produced. They might start in their freshman year and then get to their senior year. And by that time, them jobs is just they obsolete. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna party and then just go back to being a dope head to try to ease the pain of the reality.
Because
and that's what America does.
Because the way really to be honest, the way this economy is set up, it's really set up, man. This dollar can stay on top forever if Esau wanted to.
Yeah.
They don't want the dollar is not the system that they want. It's a reserve.
Yeah.
Something in reserve they got in place as temporary to work on the new system.
Right.
Okay, so what they're doing is they deceitfully collapsing this current system.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what these Americans are doing. They deceitfully, because all they gotta do is print money.
Yeah. All they gotta do is
they're gonna crash. They're gonna crash it on purpose. It's not that they can't keep this system. They don't want this system. It's not.
It wasn't part of the plan.
It wasn't a part of the plan.
To go further than what you said, since the 70s, I think 71, petrodollar. That's what they've been doing because it's not backed by gold no more. It's Fort Knox.
Oil,
It's backed by oil, and they've been doing it. They've been printing money and printing and printing, and they said, they got to the point where now they're tired. Like we're tired of printing money. Let's go ahead and roll in what we want. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Let's get down to business.
That's right. I want to go a little bit more to the it says, like other empires throughout the world, will we be undone by our own excessiveness? Okay. It says, right now, obesity among U.S. adults is at an all-time high. And one of the big reasons for this is because about a third of us are stuffing our faces with fast food on a daily basis.
Which goes back to what we were talking about earlier. See, Esau has made the whole American society slaves to work, man. So nobody has time to have a diet, eating the right thing, everything that's fast, processed food, that's bugging and killing the people's health, man. You see, but that's, look, man, sometimes, look, we have to eat that bullshit because we simply ain't got the energy to go to the store, get the shit that we need that's supposed to be so-called organic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To feed ourselves the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the people are fucked up, man. Esau made it this way, man.
Because this is the actual society that he wanted. And he implemented and put in place. Because it was a time where it wasn't like this. It was a time when families did sit down and eat. I was getting some work done in my car about a week or so ago, and it was a northern tribe of people that actually owned the shop. And when it came time, it was crazy because this blew my mind just going into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It came lunchtime and it was like they shut down the shop. It was like, nah, we do our own thing. We do a different thing. And I know that I got a rapport with them. It was like people was coming up and it was like, nah. The next 45 minutes we go. And they sat down as a family and ate. That blew my mind. You know how rare that is? It was like, nah, for the next 45 minutes we gonna sit down. They sat down and ate and talked and and then got back to work after that. You know what I'm saying? But you know how rare that is? That's very rare.
So they still took time to have a family gathering. You know what I'm saying?
Because morality in a society is one of the most important things that you need. You need that morality, and what more to start in your own household. But you see that you go into an average American household. First of all, either it ain't a man there, or if it ain't a man in there, it ain't a woman in there. Which you don't need no woman in the household, really. But it ain't a man in the house. It ain't no structure. Okay, you look in the freezer. Looking into the refrigerator, it ain't nothing but Kool-Aid and Lunchables. You look in the freezer, it ain't nothing but pork and fucking
processed food.
Yeah, processed food. You look in the cabinets, you got Fruity Pebbles, and you got half a thing of milk. That's all that the people eat.
Ramen noodles.
Top ramen noodles and Kool-Aid packets. Okay, and this is all destroying the whole mindset of family structure, of order, obedience, of just even thought patterns, man.
If I can say too, not to veer too far off topic, but Esau is doing this all for a purpose. So like we were talking about earlier, everybody can go back running to Esau to get that chip, man. They gonna need that help, man.
Because they're not self-sufficient.
They're not self-sufficient.
Everything is built around the system.
So
you got to come back to the system to get anything. That independence.
Rely on Daddy Esau.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
And this is real quick. This is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 11. Psalms chapter 55, verse 11. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. All right? That's this place, man. Where it says wickedness is in the midst thereof. This land, man. All right, this whole system that we're discussing is all set up on wickedness, man. Oppression, vexation of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Straight debauchery, man. Degenerate lifestyles, illicit sex acts. This is this place, man. It says, I'll read it one more time. Psalms 55:11. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets, man. You see? And that's this whole system, man. This whole system was built upon wickedness, lies, bloodshed, deceit, man. That's what that's the standard of this society, man. You know? And that's why the people, as we were just talking about how that new study of young Americans are obese, overweight, unhealthy, and finished, man. You know, because this is the fruits of America, man. You know, the product, the way that people are in this land is because of the foundation of this land.
That's right.
You see,
which is run off witchcraft. Scripture I love to bring.
That's it.
Because this whole thing is run off witchcraft. It's all high level witchcraft. You know, from everything, digital TVs, everything. We can go into a million different things, but it's high level witchcraft. That's right. And it's a scripture I like to bring. It's I'm gonna go Wisdom of Solomon 4:12. It's one of my favorite scriptures. It says, "For the bewitching of naughtiness, the bewitching, to be bewitched is to be tricked." You know what I'm saying? It's to be put under a spell. When you look it up, to be put under a spell. The people are put under a heavy spell. That's it. These are real witches. Yeah. You know, it says, "For the bewitching of the naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest." And that's what it's done to the people. The land. Well, the brother was saying it earlier, and various brothers were saying it. You know, we're in a time where, you know, people don't even know how close we are to the end of humanity as we understand it. Right. You know what I'm saying? People can't understand it. It says Generation Z. This is it. This is it. It ain't gonna be. This is it. You know, and where and a lot of that, where's that come from? The bewitching and naughty.
It can be. It can be any day now. It's so close. It can be any day. That's right. It's not too many. It's not even too many more legislations that got to be put in place.
That's right. No,
that's all. Why all you see Donald Trump doing what? Just pushing pride.
Right? Chilling. You're chilling.
Yeah. He just pushing pride. He ain't scrambling trying to do legislations and all he doing is just pushing that spirit of pride.
Obama set him up for the
Obama had a legislative terms.
That's right.
Well, he did the NDAA, the peacetime martial law, House Rule 65, 66. He put all kinds of different ordinances in place. Healthcare, Obamacare, he put all kinds of things in place, man. Perfect. So let just Trump come in just to do what? To go ahead and start putting division out here, segregation, pride, arrogance. There's a spirit behind them, man, because they get ready to come with that fire, man.
That's right.
Esau is about to break this thing all the way down, man, and try to rebuild it.
That's right.
They're trying to renovate it, man.
Read that one more time.
Yeah. It says for Wisdom of Solomon 4:12. It says, "For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest." And it says,
I was gonna say, building off the point you made, you know, about the witchcraft. There's a saying that if you don't think for yourself, then someone's gonna think for you. And that's Esau. You people are allowing, because you can't think for yourselves, and you can't, you know, go back to the scriptures for your base and foundation. You're allowing Esau to think for you. You know, which is that witchcraft. You know, you got.
And it's a good point, because it says for the bewitching of naughtiness. So that naughtiness, by being bewitched, is going off. You know,
that's it.
It's the people. The people are off. They're completely off. You know, and so being bewitched, being put under a spell, it's got the people like zombies. We live in a zombie land.
Is it they sprinkling Edomite fairy dust?
That's what I saw. Edomite fairy dust. That's that naughtiness. And it says, "Don't obscure things that are honest," because ain't nothing honest or real no more in this place. Ain't nothing real. Ain't nothing honest. The food ain't real. The people ain't real.
Sex ain't real.
Sex ain't real. I go up here the other day. Was in this spot, and I go in, and I'm walking in, and I see what I perceived was a chick until I got in the store, in the place I was going. They sitting up there at the counter. It's a full-on grown man who got the whole surgery. And a lady at the place where I was going, doing stuff in my car, she said, when the train left out, was leaving, the lady said, yeah, she done when they got the actual surgery to get a rod chopped off too. You see what I'm saying? The butt implant, all that stuff. Ain't nothing honest, ain't nothing real here no more.
That's normal now.
That's normal.
You go on TV and say that, they give you a TV show, give you a award.
Come on, man.
You know?
What kind of place is this?
Braver.
Ain't that honest in this place?
Right. What kind of fucking place is that?
You know, like damn. You got work. I had Jay tell me the other day, there's a guy I know just in the world, he was like, man, you know, the chick ain't at least got a kid or two. I don't even deal with her no more because she could have been a trainer. Right. You see what I'm saying? This is the mentality of the people now.
Yes. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. It's scrolled out to where it's so backwards where you can get involved in all kind of abomination, abominable actions. But if you have two women, they look at you as if you're the worst scumbag on the planet.
Right.
But you let people, you just tried to do the world's biggest orgy.
Yeah.
But then you condemn a man for having two women, but I don't get it. It's confusing.
Yes.
You say you have the right to love anybody that you want to love and whatever your sexual preference is, whatever. But as soon as one man get an extra woman and they officially, recognize it as he's in a relationship with these two women, oh, you're a scumbag. But then you allow orgies.
Yeah.
Ass back.
Or two sodomite men can get a third partner and call them like a play partner, and that's legal.
That's okay.
That's okay.
If a man has two women, oh, you're a scumbag, you're a misogynist.
Play sick, man.
I don't get it.
Play sick. Just play sick yourself.
Right, what you just said. It's in Isaiah though. It's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good.
That's right. The scripture say, woe unto them that call evil good. All right, so they condone all kind of evil, wicked, abominable actions in America. You can eat pork, but then if you eat lamb.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Yeah, the lambs are innocent. Shouldn't eat those. But then pork is just being slaughtered on a daily basis.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yep. This is woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
That's right. And they call good evil. When a man has a beard on his face, oh, why you got that beard on? You look intimidating, man. You scared to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can walk around. They got these faggots walking around as puppies and shit, as dogs.
Yeah,
You saying that shit?
They got a horse park. They got a celebratory affair out in New Orleans where people transform into fucking ponies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And walk around naked, big grown ass men, man. But then we on the highways and byways with garments on. You got on dresses.
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
This supposed to be America, right?
Place like that.
That's why the Lord gonna wipe this motherfucker from coast to coast. Man.
Right. And then you got laws and legislations like you see it on the screen right here, where you got pedophiles and these sodomites, these homosexuals that can basically adopt children. Right?
Yes.
Which is all this stuff is playing into the whole pedophile ring that's been going on, all that stuff that's been blown out. Hey, this is America, man.
And that's in all 50 states too.
All 50 states, man. But here it is. We teaching you the truth about the scriptures and what the scriptures actually say, and we the enemies, man. But yet shit like this gets passed, and nobody bats an eye to it. Nobody has shit to say. Right? You see? So that's why, man, this place is done, man. Right. And if you're in agreement with all of this bullshit that's being passed, man, hey, you deserve death, man. All right? Because the truth be told, man, a lot of you people are going to be thrust through, man.
Oh yeah, that's right, man.
Because you wanna be neutral. You wanna be join hand in hand. Oh, you don't have no problem with any of this.
Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, it don't matter to me. Neutral. Yeah. You see, you got it. Yep.
It's Isaiah 13:15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Mm-hmm. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. And that's the majority of the people. Yep.
It says, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Everyone is joined us to America in this policies and this way of life, man. You're gonna die by the sword, man. The Lord's gonna destroy you right along with this place, man.
That's right.
All right, because the shit that Esau's pumping and pushing around the earth through his philosophies is inexcusable, man. Everything he's
death, Satanism, some form of destruction of the people.
It's scumbucketism.
Yeah, some straight degenerate, vile bullshit, man. You know? And people have no problem with that. It just shows you that the minds of the people all through society have been completely polluted. You know? Like when we bring up in Isaiah 60, where it says that the people are in the gross darkness. Gross darkness. Hey, and that word darkness, man, when you look that up, it goes back to wickedness, a state of ignorance.
Without void of light.
Void of light. You see, that's the people, man. You know? That's the point.
I got something real quick. This is Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. You know, so, and that's the point of this lesson is America's on life support. And that's basically that man that lives his whole life, you know, eating bad, watching, you know, bullshit, not feeding his mind, not strengthening his mind with reading and studying. He's eating all kind of fried chicken, you know, just living his life, you know, just living his best life. You know, and then by the time he turned 50 to 55, he on his deathbed. So he's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do my thing. That's America. You want to do your thing. You want to trust in your wickedness. You want to really live it up. Now you're on your life bed. Don't expect us to feel sorry for you, man. But you make your bed, you lay in.
If I can say real quick, man, you niggas ain't living your best life. No. You niggas are living your worst life.
That's right.
You know.
That song is cringy as fuck, by the way.
That song is way off. That's how you know that the daughters of music will be bought low when you got a comedian that's so-called making hit songs. You know, this is verse 11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and the desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, when thou shalt not know.
Hey, it said thou shalt not be able to put it off, man. You ain't gonna be able to get away with it because you've been filling your vessel with bullshit, man.
That's right.
Hey, that's Isaiah 33:6, man. They don't have that wisdom nor knowledge, you know, to be able to hold or get through the troubling times, man.
That's right.
You know, it's no scripture. It might be in that same chapter where it say that what the sun and the moon shall be darkened.
Oh yeah,
they wisdom.
That's why I say thy wisdom and thy knowledge that perverted it.
There you go.
You know, in 10th verse. But then I'm gonna jump down to verse 12. It says, stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherewith thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail. Okay? So the Lord said, no. Stand with your sorcery, man. Deal with your enchantments. If it's going to save you, that you done labored so hard to find, he's being sarcastic. He's like, no, you know, stand now. You know, let it work out for you now, man. He said, if it's our profit, you may prevail, man. That's rhetorical, man, because the Lord knows it ain't. All right, the same thing that happened during the Egyptian captivity with the sorcerers, man. They got confounded. You know, they got confounded, man. When certain miracles began to happen by the hands of Moses through the Spirit of the Lord, they were confounded. And that's going to be the same thing with Esau, man. Their divinations and their prognosticators are going to fail them, man. Okay? These lying spirits, because these left-hand spirits, they against you, Edomites.
That's right.
If you want to be real, these left-hand spirits work for the Most High. They're deceiving you. They're going to fail you in that day. They're going to leave you. You're going to try to summon them, and they ain't going to answer you, man. Okay? Because they working for the Most High. You being deceived, man. Them left-hand spirits that's working for the Lord, they deceiving you Edomites, man. They're doing it on purpose. You know, I'm gonna get that, man. You know, I'm just searching real quick. It's full. 1 second. Okay. It says it says, "Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee." It says, "Behold, they shall be as stubble, and fire shall burn them." So that's going to be the end all be all. All right, your prognosticators and your sorcerers, your stargazers, they're not going to come to your defense, man.
That's right.
They're not going to give you no more counsel and advice. They're going to forsake you, Edomites, in that day, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you're on your deathbed. Ain't no saving this place. Okay? You can't be saved.
The scripture also say the pride of the heart has deceived thee.
That's right. All right.
That's right.
That's that deception. You've been deceived, like you said, like what you're going into.
That's right.
You've been deceived.
That's right. And it says, I'm going to finish it off. It says, "There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shalt thou be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from the youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee." So it's telling you his prognosticators, his sorcerers, his stargazers, his astrologers, none of them gonna save him.
Nope.
So they're gonna go everyone into his quarter, man. Because they work for the Most High.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, so when the Lord said, like, "That's it," don't give them nothing else. The enterprise is over.
Yeah.
The evil spirits gonna do what? They're gonna fall back. They're not gonna come, because Esau summon up evil spirits. They give them counsel. Y'all do that. But they're really doing that, setting them up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy thing about it. You damn devils.
That's right.
That was all I had.
Yeah, you know. You had something, bro?
Yeah, well, I get this real quick. I'm laying back on that point. Because you mentioned how they basically they sorcery and witchcraft is not going to prosper, man.
Yeah, and that if I could say one thing, that's if you got somebody on life support and you got doctors working on them, they can't do nothing. They just can't do nothing.
Yeah,
but that's the same thing. These sorcerers, they like spiritually trying to revive America.
Right.
They're just gonna get to a point. We can't do nothing for this place.
Hey, the Lord gonna pull the plug on this place.
Exactly. And that's the same thing with if you got a doctor that's working on doing certain, they like, we can't save this guy. That's the same thing with these sorcerers trying to save America.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do it.
That's right.
You know, you got it, bro.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 13, and I'm starting at 9 points in verse 10. It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger." It says, "To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." It says, verse 10, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light."
Yeah, see, the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. Okay, meaning Esau ain't gonna have no understanding in that time, man. When they start to see that the microchip system is failing them, the elect is wreaking havoc.
Yep.
They can't stop the elect. The angels is coming down, interfering with the plans.
That's right.
Okay, things just start, everything just start going against you, like a Negro, man. Okay, when he wake up, he trying to beat all the odds that's coming up against him in one single day.
Yeah.
It seems like everything is against you. That's how you so-called white people gonna start living with that reality real soon. So it's gonna be like nothing that you put in place and set up is gonna work. Everything is gonna backfire, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Yep. It says the sun shall be darkened in his going forth.
Go ahead.
And the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Yeah, because the scriptures refer to the left-hand side, illuminated ones as Lucifer.
Yeah.
Okay. So it said Lucifer, son of the morning. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Isaiah 14. Just to add to the point.
That's right.
But it said his light, the sun is gonna go out.
Yep.
He's known as the son of the morning.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer,
Go ahead.
son of the morning?"
That's right, because the word Lucifer means light bearer. All right. So the left-hand side, the elite of Esau, they claim to have the supreme understanding, and really they do have understanding on a lot of things. It's just left hand energy. Okay, they know the stars. They know the stars, and know that they work and play upon the spirit. They know the constellations to a certain degree. Okay, they know certain things, man. Okay, but it's just through a left hand side vibration. So go ahead.
It says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
That's right. So they're gonna be cut down because why? Because the sun gonna be put out.
That's right.
Okay, the stars not gonna shine upon Esau no more, man. Meaning it's sorcerers and it's witchcraft and all of these things. It's not gonna hold no power because the power is gonna be in the hands of the elect of Israel. Those are gonna be the only ones getting revelations, getting guidance, getting instructions, and wisdom in that day.
Right.
That's where the light is gonna be. It ain't gonna be with Esau no more. Niggas gonna be in the dark.
Hey, you know, because the elect gonna have that real wisdom.
Yeah.
I think in the prophet it tells you that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yep.
It tells you that in the prophet. That's the wisdom, so-called wisdom that Esau has, man.
It's artificial
wisdom. Yeah,
it's wisdom of this world. That's why the Lord said, stand now in thine enchantments which thou labor so diligently, because they just came up with it.
Right.
You read all these different philosophers like who's got these American philosophers from back in the day. You know, they just coming up off the dome with their own thoughts, and they just saying this is wisdom.
Right. Yeah.
It's gonna fail them.
That's right.
You know, but you know, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Ashar, you want to say anything?
No, hey man, this place is through, man. You know, hopefully the topics that were discussed and the precepts brought up, you know, you brothers out there, the sincere brothers that's listening and watching were edified, man. You know, this place is over with. America's on life support. All right, Yahweh Shema Shai is about to pull the plug suddenly on this place.
That's right.
All right. So the brothers that's out there, you know, that's woken up, man, that's learning, man, continue to just stay on your watch post, man. You know, because the end is coming upon us, man, sooner than what we know, man. But scriptures say our salvation is nearer than what we believe, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, just stay in the spirit. We'll close it out by saying all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kudash. All right, double honors to our elders, to the apostles, a great millstone, who taught us the truth. Double salutation to you, sincere Akim in the house of David, that's teaching the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai with all truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom.